What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here with the Distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a post-fight for Neven Pajkic versus Tyson Fury. Bout took place on Saturday in the UK for the British Commonwealth Heavyweight title. I thought I had a prediction video up. I actually took the prediction video down because I actually butchered Neven Pajkic's name, like horribly. So the bout ended in a third round knockout, and the fight was ugly. Like absolutely ugly. Like it was a bit of a slugfest, but it wasn't your Burt Cooper, Ray Mercer type slugfest. It was just an ugly fight. Just hands down ugly, both of them. And first off, they don't need to be bringing up Tyson Fury's name among some of the top five fighters in the heavyweight division. They don't need to bring his name up with title holders like Pajkic or the Klitschko brothers, or even fighters such like Chris Arreola or even the other tall dude Valuev. They don't even need to bring his name up there with any other fighters right now. And he probably has a chance against a Ruslan Shagayev, but just overall, his name shouldn't be brought up with some of the better heavyweight fighters. He's not at that level yet. And we saw it on Saturday that he's not at that level. Because, first off, when you look at it, Pajkic was able to get his head right in his chest. And when you're a tall fighter, and you have that height and length advantage, the size advantage, I think he has 85-inch reach. You should never let a fighter get his head on your chest if you're that big. You know, when you're that big, you should never have a fighter get his head on the chest that easy. And if a fighter gets his head on the chest, you have to make him pay for coming in. And Fury wasn't letting him pay for coming in, and also he was susceptible to the right hand. He wasn't rolling his shoulder. He wasn't really moving his head. He was just standing tall, and wasn't really fighting all that tall, and was backing straight up. You know, he was backing straight up, and he was catching punches, and I think that's how he got knocked down for the first time in his career in the second round. He was backing straight up and walking straight forward. He wasn't kind of angling out. He wasn't moving his shoulders. He wasn't, moving his head. He wasn't, even using his legs to get out of the way. He had and then it wasn't until the third round till he found his rhythm and he used the jab, and started to jab a lot more. And the fight kind of had a bit of a change in tide when he threw his uppercut and hit Pajkic with the uppercut. And it sent Pajkic back, and then a few seconds later he was knocked down, and at the end of the third round, the referee stopped the fight after 2 knockdowns for that Fury had scored. So overall, I guess it was a decent bout for Fury or whoever does fantasy boxing and predicted this fight, because this was a style that's supposed to play for Fury, a fighter that has to get his head on the chest, a fighter that's not as long and has to continue to walk coming in. And what ended up happening was when Tyson Fury began to back him up, that's when the fight started to change in favor of Tyson Fury, when Tyson Fury started to back him up and pretty much try to make him fight off the back foot and make him have to come forward, and also when he was hitting him with short shots inside, and Pajkic was using his head inside in the second round, so it is what it is. But technique-wise, Tyson Fury has miles and miles to go before he's in the ring with top contenders. He may be able to compete with an Audley Harrison. He would probably beat Audley Harrison, who has, I believe, I think he has the same length of reach that he has. I'm not sure, if I'm not mistaken. He could probably fight Audley Harrison next year. They need to continue to put him in the ring with domestic fighters and then work his way up to contenders. Have him fight Audley Harrison, Michael Sprott. Not necessarily have the showdown with David Price yet. I don't think either one of them are ready for each other yet. Maybe are ready for a fight of this magnitude. Maybe Fury is, because millions watch him. But David Price and Tyson Fury, that'd actually be a hell of a fight. But I don't think either one of them are ready for that kind of fight right now. I think when they both reach a higher level into contention of like a major championship, like a WBA, WBO type belt, then I think they should probably get it on and fight. But so overall, I just think that Tyson Fury is miles away from talking about contending for a belt or talking about putting him in the ring with the Klitschko's, because, like I said, his overall technique is not really that good. His punches come slow, they're telegraphed. His right hooks are telegraphed. He tries to hook off the jab and it's telegraphed. The uppercut was telegraphed, and his feet are very slow. His feet are slow, and also he needs a little more discipline, because he didn't look all too fit coming into the ring. So I think there's a lot of work. I think there's a lot of room for improvement for him before he talks about contending for a major championship and fighting the Klitschko brothers. I think there has to be a lot of room for improvement for him before going into that. But in 2012, I'm sure this is probably the last fight for Tyson Fury this year. So I think in 2012, I believe that Tyson Fury should probably just continue fighting domestic fighters, maybe for the next year and a half, and maybe work, and maybe try to work an end of the year showdown with Ollie Harrison, or Fraudley Harrison, as some like to refer him to, have kind of like that changing of the guard with Ev. Even though Ollie Harrison never won a major championship in boxing, as many thought he would, and would have a lot of money wasted on him. And have him fight tough fighters like a Michael Sprott, as I mentioned before. Michael Sprott, maybe a rematch with Chisora. And definitely don't put him in the ring with Robert Linas. Maybe put him in there with a former contender. Put him in with a former contender, maybe. See how he does. So anyway, that's really all I have to say. Tyson Fury, 3rd round knockout over Neven Pajkic. Sloppy showing, ugly showing, but hey, Fury got the job done. So anyway, peeps, I'm out here. That's the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.